like these ones had more games with lower scores.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the real data.
Oh my.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my is right.
Right.
Here's the thing about real data. It's messy. It's not so cut and dry. It's a little harder to read. But that is the real data. We are going to get used to looking at all of this data in terms of these three things. We talk a lot about these three things. So maybe I could have somebody read the first one, the center, the shape, and the spread while I look for a yellow sheet. You guys should get your yellow sheets out.
Oh.
Or graph containing all values of a variable and how often the variable takes on each value.
Okay. Frequency, how often it takes on the value. Great.
Center distribution, the typical value or value which best represents the distribution.
Typical value, okay.
Shape of a distribution, a description of the overall pattern of the distribution.
Overall pattern.
The spread of distribution, the difference between the lowest value and the highest value, excluding any unusually high or low values. This is also called the range.
Okay. So I heard Suzanne using the word range. A lot of you are trying to describe what these dot plots look like without the vocabulary that I'm going to give you. And so this is going to help you talk about them more easily. You were searching for these words, and they do have some mathematical meaning behind them. But they describe these three things. In Module 2 in general, we are going to be describing things in terms of center, shape, and spread. You kind of looked for the clump, right? When you looked for the center. Maybe you even described it as the middle area. I'm being very vague here. Yeah, the peak of the mound. Okay.
Like a mountain.
Like a mountain. Okay, that's interesting. When you talked about shape, this one kind of goes back more to our dot plot of our exam scores. But when we looked at this shape, you could see that it was more clumped on the right, less clumped on the left.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, where are the dots living? On the right or the left? Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right, left, center. And we're going to add to these, by the way, because these are our beginning steps of what center and shape mean to us now, and then we're going to get way more precise. Which for some of you, it's going to make you feel better, having more precise definitions. The spread, how did you describe the spread of things? In particular, this guy did really well. You guys did really well in describing this. Range was one that Suzanne came up with. But like, how would you describe it in your own words, spread?
Gaps.
The gaps,
The amount of gaps.
where the
Quantity of
gaps are. Okay.
Quantity of gaps.
Gaps are, oh, that's interesting, where the gaps are, and how many of them are there? Nice. Range, I'm putting this in parentheses because we're going to come back to that. By the way, you guys did center so naturally. You all just kind of went boop, and your eyes focused on that clump. Perfect. It's perfect.